guys, look at who I've got in my studio. It's Black Death from the channel Black Death. Subscribe to her. There's links. Are over. Is there a link?
Are we voting?
There'll be one in the description.
Can I vote?
You can vote. You can do whatever you want. There'll be one in the description. That's my good buddy Black Death. Me and her just watched the movie.
What was the movie again? Oh.
Did we watch the movie? We really
was it a
were.
movie or was it a porn?
Pornos are still technically movies.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, film was used to make them, so, you know.
And cameras were involved.
So we just saw the sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes, there was a sequel.
Yes, a little known fact. Not everybody knows this even, but there was in fact a sequel, a pretty good sequel.
Yes.
To Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm giving the floor over to you to say the name.
Shock treatment.
Shock treatment, got you jumping like a real live wire. Loud, wow. So, Rocky Horror Picture Show Part 2, Shock Treatment. Good movie. Let's see, let's give a slight overview of the movie for the most people who haven't seen it.
Reality TV before reality TV existed.
That's the truth, too. like really, this
Yeah.
movie really like predicted reality TV like years before reality TV was a thing.
It's kind of... Is it a cult?
It's very cultish, right? Like the whole Farley Flavors cult, right? Yeah. It's just the continuing adventures of Brad and Janet. What it has to do with the original is it's got Brad and Janet in it, and it's got music in it.
Yes. Good music.
There you go. That's about the end. Yeah, let's go ahead and start with the music. It's got good music. I don't know if I would call every song on par with the music from Rocky Horror, but it's almost like a different genre of music. You know, I mean, they're both like clearly show tunes, but clearly different kinds of movies. You know, both of them, and real strong music. You know, while we were watching it, you know, we were talking about the title song, Shock Treatment.
Yes.
Really good one, and the song Little Black Dress. You gotta pay close attention to that one.
Yes.
Great song. You know, I've got an affinity for little black dresses. Let's see. Brad and Janet are being played by different people this time, and I've already forgotten both of their names.
Jessica Harper played Janet.
Jessica Harper, thank you, from Suspiria. I know her from Suspiria, and I know that her and the guy who played Brad on here were actually a couple on the David Bowie movie, The Hunger.
Well, Susan Sarandon was in it too.
And Susan Sarandon, isn't that a weird connection?
I know.
And Susan Sarandon was in The Hunger, along with both of the people that played Brad and Janet from Shock Treatment, who were playing a couple in that movie. Coincidence? Probably.
Mind blown.
Frankenfurter was not back.
No.
So this isn't even a movie. Fucking stop here. It's over with.
Yeah.
No, they actually couldn't get Tim Curry back, which is a shame. They originally had another...
Might have been a scheduling conflict, really.
Right, probably. I know that's what happened to... Played Brad in the first one. Now I'm at...
Barry Bostwick.
Thank you. That's what happened with
That's
Barry
mine here,
Bostwick.
folks. His memory's going.
Age, you know. But that's what happened with Barry Bostwick. He was going to be in this, but he couldn't make it because of scheduling conflicts. And Susan Sarandon couldn't be in the movie because she wanted more fucking money because, let's face it, she's Susan Sarandon.
Susan fucking Sarandon, come on.
Right.
Did you know that she was actually married to Chris Sarandon? That's how she got the Sarandon last name.
I was not aware of this.
Yes, she was married to Prince Humperdinck.
Wow, that is fucking nifty, man. I didn't know that. Somehow, let's get back into the movie. So, Brad and Janet are not...
They're not doing well in their marriage.
How do you even get into this? They're now living in a giant TV sound studio, which is Denton. The town of Denton has become just a TV studio, and literally everything in everybody's lives from Denton is now being filmed. which is
In
brilliant.
front of a live studio audience.
Brilliant. Yeah, the live studio audience, those guys were great. They got just such a random assortment of people. But their costume designer on this one actually went to the local Goodwill, and all the people out in the audience were actually decked out in Goodwill clothing. That's where all my clothes come from. Right. Where were they? Okay, they're in this movie studio. They're in this giant studio, and so they their marriage isn't doing good because it was doing fantastic in the first movie.
Talk about adultery.
Right.
Tricked adultery.
Mind you, it's different now though. Their problem isn't that. Like they don't even bring that issue up. You know, apparently they got way over the whole adultery, bisexual relationship things. They got over that. But now Brad's boring. He's bored. Maybe he's repressing some shit. Maybe he's fucking nuts.
Infantile regression?
There you go. You got it. You got it.
I got it.
So he's been put away, and the mental home portion of the set, which of course they're also filming that mental home portion.
Denton Vale.
Denton Vale. That's right. Let's see, and they're trying to make Janet like the new star. All right, like she's going to be like their new star attraction, and who is it? Farley Flavors. There we go. Farley Flavors.
Farley's Flavors Fabulous Fast Foods.
That's the guy. He's the one that's kind of running the whole shebang. He's also played by the same guy that plays Brad in this movie. So he's got like a double role going on. But one of them's like mostly tied up in a mental asylum for the most part. And
stuck with pills. Resemble Red Hots. Did you ever realize that?
Right, yeah. That's probably exactly what those were. I would imagine. Red also.
Yes.
Red pills.
Back to the red.
To the red. We noticed. See, the movie poster and the cage to this movie are red. Very red theme.
That in here.
Right, I know. I didn't even think to bring. Well, I have a box set with Rocky Horror and the Shock Treatment book, and it's red. And I hear that the vinyl soundtrack also came on a red disc. And we noticed while watching through this movie, there's a lot of red imagery. Like, like during the Little Black Dress song, Janet's like dressed head to toe in all black, this beautiful black sequin outfit. The bright red shoes that contrast against it. I mean, can you imagine like wearing this whole like outfit under like a certain color scheme and then like one red item thrown in there? That's fucking insane. I don't know why you'd even want to do something stupid like that.
Why couldn't they have saved a pair of the black pumps from Rocky Horror? So she could wear the black pumps. Red.
Am I part of this conspiracy? I didn't even know I was part of this. Let's cut this out. I don't know why I do know why I wear the red glove. They're red.
Dun dun dun. Sorry, I do my own sound effects.
But no, I mean, well, we can't actually play it because they'll get us with a copyright strike. So insert X-Files theme in your head right here.
Yes. Yes.
But
or Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone theme. I'll do it right. Like a lot of like just little like hints of red, like completely red sets, red lighting. I don't understand the red.
Red lips.
Yeah, red lips. Red lips. Bert and his.
But Bert was wearing like bright fucking canary yellow.
He was. Well, I mean, he didn't know how to dress because he was blind. Bert's one of the characters in the movie that's supposed to be blind. He is not. He's got great lines. That's another big thing about this. A lot of one-liners. Very, very quotable, like one-liner-ish movie. Very, very quotable.
I can't even remember his real name. I just know him as Dame Edna.
That's right, Dame Edna. Very, very, very lovely.
Yes.
Yes. Dame Edna plays a blind guy on this movie. The purpose of the character? I really can't tell you.
I don't know.
I really can't. Like,
Well, he was kind of like, I think he was kind of like the go-to guy between Farley and
Right, the McKinleys. We've got to discuss the McKinleys.
Yes.
Richard O'Brien.
Patricia Quinn.
And right on. From Rocky Horror Picture Show. Though they are not reprising their roles anymore. They are now Cosmo and Wanda McKinley. Is that name Cosmo and Wanda?
No.
Their names aren't Cosmo and Wanda.
No.
I'm watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Cosmo and Nation McKinley.
Cosmo and Nation McKinley. Like, where else do we go from here? Brad's clearly not crazy. Farley Flavors is hot for Janet and he wants her for his fucking self.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it. Everything else.
Do we want to spoil it with the whole Brad and Farley thing?
No, let's leave
Leave some mystery.
The bigger spoilers,
Okay.
like the big twists, we'll leave alone.
Yes.
But just give them the basic overview of the story, right?
Yes.
I tend to leave the big twists like that out. You know what I'm saying?
Do we want to even discuss the one part of the whole movie that made no fucking sense? It had nothing to do with any of
Yes,
it.
definitely. We've got to discuss the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
For some reason. No, hold on. No, we've got to get into Betty Hapshat then.
Okay.
There is another returning character, different actress, but a returning character from Rocky Horror.
Which you only see her. You only see them like for a short time in the beginning of Rocky Horror. So, but it's still recurring.
They're very little. They're very like small like bit parts in Rocky Horror. But from the beginning, Ralph and Betty Hapshat, they are back, and they're divorced now.
Yes.
Ralph Hapshat is just a generic news guy with some generic dumb blonde.
Yes.
And
There's some very bad acting.
Oh, they're horrible. I mean, all the acting in this movie is really bad, but like good bad for the most part. That blonde was just kind of bad.
Yes.
At least the music's really good.
Yes. The music. I think the music really makes it half the time.
It is. It's one of those musicals, you know. Forget about the story. Just kind of like focus in on the songs, and from song to song, it's amazing. I love the songs on this movie. I wouldn't call them better than the Rocky Horror songs, but they're good. They're up there. Like I'd say my favorite's probably, like I said earlier, the shock treatment theme, and I wouldn't like say that's the new Time Warp or anything. I wouldn't go for that blasphemy. But it's good. It's got a good beat. It's got kind of good like rolling beat, fun to dance to. You know, it's got a lot of good like upbeat, poppy music in this one, man.
Like you could really get a good conga line going with that beat.
Oh yeah, definitely like.
Try not to sing it.
Like part of it, right? I mean, we should have like had some cameras set up on us as we were watching it, but you know, all you would have heard is us talking film and then singing the songs every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a musical. It's very sing-alongable. It is.
Sing-alongable, yes.
I've invented a new term.
We should do this for Rico and Copper.
I'm down. So you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks, first.
The Schnitzelburger.
Sorry, cocaine's eating up my brain, guys. So where do we go in the plot from here? We get into some of the characters. We already got into Ralph and Betty Hapshat. Betty Hapshat's actually one of the main characters now. That's what we're doing apparently. Betty Hapshat's one of the main characters. She sees what's going on. She sees some kind of conspiracy in this. And she's hooked up with, I don't remember what they call him. It's Charles Grace, the criminologist.
Yes, but he's Oliver. Oliver Cartwright.
There you go, Oliver Cartwright.
I think. I think that's his last name.
They could have just called him by his name from Rocky Horror, though. I mean, essentially he was the same character.
I didn't know he had a name in the first one. I just during Rocky Horror. I just knew him as the criminologist. I didn't know he had a name. He never said a name.
Did it not? You might be right about that.
Because you know, on the whole opening scene, it just says the criminologist.
I thought it was like Charles Gray or something.
It's his real name.
Like that. That's his real name?
That's his real name.
I learned something new. All right.
He can be taught.
I can't. She don't know me too well.
He's still not housebroken.
We discussed the Red. We discussed Betty Hapshat. She realizes that it's a conspiracy. Her and Charles Gray, which is
Oliver.
our secondary
Yes.
character. Now this is our main team. Why? I don't know. Why not? I mean, they're as good a fucking team as any damn body, and they're the ones that are really like.
They're the new Scooby and Shaggy.
Right. They're the ones uncovering the mystery. Right. Movie-wise, yeah, that's good. About halfway through, and this is what you were getting into earlier. We're gonna go ahead and jump into this. But halfway through, they start reading the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. I don't know why. And security guard shows up with the dead bird.
Does this bird belong to you?
That's the plot.
And she screams, throwing the book.
I mean, I know Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but what it has to do with this movie? Fuck you! Why
don't you call up Richard O'Brien and ask him what the fuck was he doing?
What? Brian, that's where I get my Coke from. Just saying.
Did you know he had a character in the movie Ever After? Drew Barrymore's into that stuff.
I didn't see that movie, but I'm aware of the movie. I did not know that. That is awesome.
He has like he actually has facial hair. It's like really cool.
See, yeah, now I'm gonna have to get that movie just so I can see Richard O'Brien in another movie. You know, he's been in so few.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. Great actor, great singer.
Oh yeah.
I love the guy.
I'm not saying I'd have his babies.
I would.
Oh my god, now I can see Riff Raff's body with your head on top.
Don't do that to the kid. Riff Raff's head with my body. Oh god, that's even worse. Big fat dumpy fucking body with a little like shriveled
tiny head.
That's great. Okay, look, I got notes. I wrote notes. You can see there's nothing there really. But I wrote some notes. We talked about the songs, not quite as good as Rocket Horror, still good.
Yes.
Good song. Talked about the costume. Talked about the red. We don't know what's up with the red, but we talked about it any fucking ways.
If you know the meaning behind the red, let us know.
Let us know down in the comments. Tell us if you know about the red, because you got me beat. I looked it up on IMDb, nothing. I watched the documentary on the DVD of the making of the film and the little history behind it, nothing. They don't even bring up the red thing. Maybe we're just nuts. Maybe red's an ordinary color that's just all over the place and we just keep on seeing it because in fact me and you are out of our fucking minds.
That could be it.
Yeah, well we're both fans of the Robin Williams Popeye movie. Remember whenever Bluto gets all mad and everything goes completely red like that? We're just remembering that. We're like, oh, hey, look, it's all red like Bluto, because, you know, we're fans of
Maybe it's just our minds making everything red.
Like, the shit's not even really all red. There's not that much red. It's just us thinking we're seeing some red shit.
Oh, my God.
If you pick red, symbolizes the blood. Boys will smell the blood and they come running. That's what the red in this movie represents. It represents the blood. And then the boys smell the blood like dogs and the boys come running just like they came running for Janet. It all makes sense. We figured out. Mystery solved. Come on, get involved. Tell the mystery is solved. No, I'm not gonna do this. Okay. I like Scooby.
Where's my Scooby snack, damn it? Oh.
Here, I got a Scooby snack right here.
Scooby, not Dooby.
Oh. Okay, fine for that one. Yeah, that's a great joke.
See, I have to have a person to be funny.
You are funny. You're funny. You're bouncing off somebody, I guess. I, on the other hand, am not funny any way it goes, but you know, I dress as a clown. That makes up for being funny, right? But something serious I'd like to discuss. This movie is a sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Do you think that hurt it or helped the movie? Like, do you think it would have been a better movie had it not been considered the Rocky Horror sequel? Or would it have been like put into obscurity like forever, having not at least had that amount of fame, the fact that it was a sequel to such a popular midnight movie?
In a way.
Right? It's like, okay, we gotta look in here for an intelligent response. I didn't write any more to this, sorry.
I think that it being labeled as a sequel helped it to get probably seen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But there just wasn't enough to it to really call it a sequel.
Right, it wasn't Rocky Horror enough. It was a good musical on its own. And it might have found like an underground fan base, like a Rico the Genetic Opera base, you know what I'm saying?
Apparently there is.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten popular. Like there are midnight screenings of this movie that they do the same as with Rocky Horror Picture Show, where everybody gets up and dresses as the characters and throws shit at the screen, you know.
I dress as Bird.
It's fucking great.
Canary yellow ruffled shirt with a bow tie.
I would dress as Janet.
I can see that. And the pink dress.
And the black dress.
Oh,
Go on.
black dress.
Except I wouldn't wear those horrible red shoes with it.
They should not have went with red shoes.
Red shoes, but it's the red.
Yes, there's the red again.
Always with the red.
Always. But if you notice, there's a lot of movies that go with that red theme. But most of them actually explain what the red's for.
Right, it was odd the way they did it. Like, Betty Hapschatt's office, like everything was red. You know, the desks were red, the staplers were red, the lamps were red, like everything.
The file folders were fucking red.
Just completely red, like almost to a ridiculous level. A little bit of white here and there in between, but like to a ridiculous level. And then like as the movie goes on, you start seeing more and more. Like more red incorporated into the costume and more red scenery. There, during, which song was that? Looking for Love, Looking for Trade?
Yes, Looking for Trade.
Looking for Trade. During that song, there's a point where Janet's walking down the hallway and everything's fully lit red, just all red. All red.
Like this.
Does it mean something? Maybe that's what it is, right? Red light, you know, it's like her seduction, right?
Her seduction and the barge trying to make her own.
I can see this. Maybe we figured something out here.
Maybe the red is the sexual tone.
Right. You know what makes sense?
Over
right.
You know, he's not, you know, instead of having him like full on groping her.
Right.
The red.
Right, it's more subtle. Like it definitely got the sexual overtones like Rocky Horror did,
yes.
But it's more subtle with it, a lot more subtle with it.
Yes.
They still throw little jabs here and there, but yeah, for the most part, they keep the sex kind of secondary. You know, it's just always like the driving force. It's what's driving Farley to put Brad in the mental asylum, to put Janet into a spotlight, and then try to bring her into his world, you know?
Well, you've seen his reaction towards the end of the song, Me of Me.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he was masturbating.
Oh,
like
yes,
that, I always, from the first time I saw that, I was like, are they trying to make it look like he's actually masturbating, or is he just like so excited about the song? But it just, some of those faces.
No. He was whacking the weasel.
Yeah.
Choking the chicken.
So some of those faces, I only make those faces whenever I'm snorting either really good coke or whenever I'm whacking it. So, which, let's be honest, is usually at the same time anyways. Was it a better, okay, I mean, get into the meat of it. Was this a better movie than the original? Is this in any way a better film? Do you think that it like, and I don't mean, do you like it better than the original? I mean, is there anything about this movie that's better than its original?
I don't think so.
Don't think so? Like the acting, the song, the music was better in Rocky Horror. I'll give Rocky Horror that. The acting was a lot better in Rocky Horror than it is. Though this is like so bad, it's good level acting.
Like, honestly, I I get more story. I can follow the story of Rocky Horror better than Shock Treatment.
Yeah, Shock
It's like
Treatment
nothing
was,
really made sense.
right, it was like mental, like it was almost like dreamlike, like it wasn't like set in the real
Maybe
world.
they were
like,
on
clearly.
when they made it or wrote it.
It seems like it is one of those, it's like almost like a David Lynch quality movie in some places where it's more like a dream than just watching a movie. It's just like some of the shit that happens in there is just so out there, so out of the realm of what people would actually do in a situation that it's not even realistic anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, I'm not trying to say that Rocky Horror Picture Show was a highly realistic documentary or anything.
Some people would debate that.
It followed an internal logic
Yes.
so much better than Shock Treatment did.
Yes. Even though I mean, there's some people that don't understand either Rocky Horror or Shock Treatment.
Right.
At least we grasp some kind of understanding of Shock Treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like Rocky Horror, you probably wouldn't like this.
Yeah.
If you do like Rocky Horror, you still might not like this.
Yeah.
It's one of those types of movies. But
You
if
either
you're
love it
ju-
or you hate it.
Right, but if you're just into musicals, because I know you're a big musical fan. I'm a huge musical fan too. Both of us are crazy about musicals. That's why we had to do a musical.
We
It
are
was our first collab.
We are also, musically inclined.
Yes. We both
We
were
actually used to be in a band together.
We used to be in a band together. It was called Hanson. You can look us up on the internet. We changed a lot since then.
ABBA.
ABBA.
Go back that far.
We may have been in ABBA. I've been high since then a few times. Just saying.
I mean, I am Black Devil. I've been around a while. Just had a hiatus. Someone actually told me that there's an outbreak. Madagascar.
Yes. That is the truth. I read about that.
I was not on vacation in Madagascar.
I read about that not too long ago. I'm like, wow, a fucking outbreak of Black Death in Madagascar. I'm like, first off, I thought maybe they were talking about your YouTube channel. I'm like, okay, cool, she's popular in Madagascar. Shit, I gotta get on this collaboration video.
But yeah, I did vacation out there.
It's okay. It's okay. People still aren't as scared of the Black fucking Death as they are of clowns.
My fear is getting better. But when you know this guy, you can't stay scared of clowns.
I've always been a clown too. Always.
From the womb.
Yep. Came out of clown.
Still a big Rocky Horror. I'm Rocky Horror.
I love some Rocky Horror. I wouldn't call it my favorite musical, but it's up there. Rocky Horror Picture Show would probably be at least in my top 5.
It's in my top 3.
I can dig on that. It might be in my top 3. I've never sat and extensively wrote a list of all my favorite.
Mine are all
musicals,
mental lists and
but-
they change every other week.
Right, just off the top of my head, it would be pretty high up there. Yeah, it'd be pretty high up there. I can't think of a whole lot that I put ahead of it right off the bat.
See, the thing is, neck and neck, Rocky and Repo. Those are neck and neck.
Repo's above it in my story. Just saying, Repo would be in my top 3.
It
maybe
depends on what
higher.
mood I'm in, really, because
I
love Repo.
I do too.
It's music, it's gore, it's Drake.
Yeah, the Repo Genetic Opera.
Next collab.
Next video. Stay tuned. Repo the Genetic Opera. I love that fucking movie too. I got so much to say about that one.
What do you feel about
A
Cats?
lot to say about that one. Cats is okay. I've never been as crazy about it as
It's in my top 5.
other people. Is it? It
Yes.
may be in my top 10, maybe.
Family of the Opera is also in the top
Phantom of the
5.
Opera's up there. What'd you think about the Phantom of the Opera with the Spartan playing Phantom? The new one.
The 2004
That's
film
the
version?
one. That's the one. The movie.
I
Man.
loved
Did you?
Yes.
It was okay. It was okay. It had its problems for me. Final verdict. God, I forgot the name of the fucking movie we're reviewing. God, I gotta lay off the coke. Final verdict. Shock Treatment. Better than Rocky Horror Picture Show? Nah.
No.
Nah.